Here, it's very important, okay, that summarizing all of the important features that you need to know. It is very important. I illustrate it now in details, okay, but you need to know for the welcoming chapters as well. It is very important. Firstly, we have domain bacteria that has only one kingdom, which is known as eubacteria. The cell type is prokaryote. As I told you, bacteria and archaea or archaeobacteria, both of them are prokaryotic cells. Okay, the cell structure in case of bacteria, their cell wall, as you will know next time, it is made up of peptidoglycan, while the cell wall in archaeobacteria is not made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, it has another cellular structure in which there is little bit lipid more than the bacteria. The body type in case of bacteria and archaea, they are unicellular. And the nutrition in bacteria, it's vary, autotrophic and maybe heterotrophic, same as archaeobacteria as well. Example of bacteria such like Enterobacteria spirochetes. The only example actually that came in the archaeobacteria is the methanogen, the methanogens. Okay, we have a lot, but this is the only one that came in the SAAT exam, and I will illustrate it next session, inshallah. So I'd like to draw your attention to the differentiation or the difference between autotrophic and heterotrophic. Auto in Latin means self. Troph means feeding. So autotrophic means self-feeding. This self-feeding may be depending on the sunlight, and it will be photosynthetic autotroph. Okay, photosynthetic. Or they may be depending on inorganic chemical compounds, and in this case will be chemosynthetic. Okay, synthetic. There are some bacteria found in places that there's no light there. Okay, they can make their own food by themselves, not depending on sunlight, but depending on inorganic chemical substances. This process is known as chemosynthesis. It is autotrophic. Okay, heterotroph. Hetero in Latin means different. Trophic means feeding. So they are obtaining their food not by making their own food by themselves, because they cannot, but by consuming the other organisms. All of those illustrations that I'm using now are being sent to those that provided me with their Gmail addresses and added to the course. So you can find all of the illustrations and all of the presentations, okay, via your emails, okay. Then we have the domain eukarya. Domain eukarya has 4 kingdoms. The dustbin. You will know why it is a dustbin. Then we have kingdom fungi, kingdom plantae, and kingdom animalia. 4 kingdoms. All of them are eukaryotic. All of them. Eukarya, they are eukaryotes. Okay, regarding the cell structure and the protista, it mixed, maybe some, actually the great of them are mono or unicellular, and some others are multicellular. This is regarding the body type, not the cell type. Regarding the fungi, they may be unicellular, okay, some of them, but the most are multicellular. The plant, of course, multicellular. Animal, of course, multicellular. The cell structure in the protista, it is very, very varied. Okay, it differ because we have a plant-like, and we have also animal-like, and we have fungus-like protist. I'm gonna talk about the all of those, the bacteria in particular, bacteria, archaeobacteria, protista, and fungi. Next session will be our next topic, inshallah. Today, I'm focusing on introduction and the ultrastructure of the cell and the biological large molecules as well. I'm going to talk about them at the end of this class today, inshallah. So the fungi are made up of the cell wall is made up of chitin or chitin. Then you have the plant kingdom. Their cell wall, of course, is made up of cellulose, while animal cell is the only kingdom that lack of cell wall. There is no cell wall in the animal kingdom, as you will know today in our today's lesson. The protista regarding their nutrition, they might be autotroph or heterotroph. Example, amoeba is animal-like protist. Euglena and giant krill both are plant-like protist. And of course, we have the water mold, which is an example of the fungus-like protist. The fungi, they are heterotroph. Okay, in particular, some of them are saprotroph that are considered decomposers. They feed on the decayed dead organic matter. Okay, such like yeast, such like mushrooms, such like rhizobus, such like penicillin. We have a lot of examples of fungi. The kingdom plant, all of them, okay, are, or nearly all, let's be much more specific, nearly all are autotrophic. They can make their own food by themselves by absorbing, by trapping, by capturing the solar energy or the light energy from the sun and convert it into biological molecules such like glucose. Example, of course, ferns, pine trees, a lot of things. It will be our topic 6. We're going to talk about it. Topic 6. We will talk in details about the plants. Then we have the animal kingdom. Animal kingdom, they are multicellular, made up of more than one cell. They are all heterotroph. They cannot make their own food by themselves. So they are obtaining their food by feeding, by consuming on other organisms. Example, actually, it is extremely gigantic and very, very huge, okay, kingdom. We're going to talk about invertebrates, in which we're going to talk about 9 examples there. Then we're going to talk about the vertebrates. Vertebrates, we have 7 examples. We have jawless fish. We have jaw fish, such like the cartilaginous fish, such like shark, skates, and also rays. Then we're going to talk about the bony fish, such like the piranha, such like the paracuda, such like the tilapia, the gracie grouper. And then we're going to talk about the amphibians, such like frogs, toads, salamanders, newts, and caecilians. Okay, and after this, we're going to talk about the reptiles first, then birds, then mammals. We're going to talk about them in topics 3, 4, and 5. Actually, it is gigantic. Okay, it is its own about, we can say, 40% in the weight of the SAAT course. It is very important.